Welcome to another episode of Professional Couch Coaches with Doc and Mike. I am Doc here with my brother from another mother, Mike. Look at Mike got his hat backwards. That boy cool right there. I tell
What's
you.
good? What's good? What's
All
good?
right. Good Thursday night. We coming here to, entertain, we hope. Um our followers. Mike, you gotta do your spiel.
Oh
You
man, on
gotta
the
tell
front end of this thing, on the front end, please make sure you like, please make sure you subscribe, and please make sure you hit that notification bell one time for the culture.
Yeah, and look, we are responding to comments. So if you got feedback, commentary on the things we're talking about, please say something back. We are gonna respond back to you. Me and Mike are checking it. I promise you. Mainly Mike, but that's neither here nor there because
Yeah,
I'm
we
busy.
giving out and we giving out shout outs to whoever's commenting. We're gonna shout you out in the next episodes. We're gonna shout you out
That's right. So make sure to comment after you like and subscribe,
and hit
please.
that notification bell one time
That
for the
boy said
culture.
hit the notification for the culture.
For the
He had to throw that
culture.
in there. That's right. So first up on our docket for tonight, it was a major trade came down the pipeline. We've been talking about
Boo.
we've been talking about free agency for mm, about a month now, and
Hmm.
I think the last time we talked about free agency, we talked about how this is considered more of a slow period for the NFL because not much happens until we get to the draft, and
Right.
then you might start to see, especially draft night, a bunch of stuff like kind of secret stuff popping off where um, teams start trading players and things like that. But yesterday at about, I don't know, might have been 1 o'clock p.m., I get a notification. What does the notification say? Stephon Diggs of the Buffalo Bills has been traded to where? The Houston Texans. I immediately text you and said,
Hmm.
Mike. All I said was, Mike. That's literally what I said in the text.
Yep.
Because I could not believe that one, I'm as a person living in Houston currently, I'm happy for the Texans and what they're trying to do for CJ Stroud.
Did you announce the compensation that they gave up, or what was the trade? What did they give up for all of that?
What did the Texans give up?
Yeah. Did you announce what was traded? The other than Stephon Diggs.
No. They
Okay.
gave, but I remember the Texans gave the Bills a second round pick in 2025,
Hmm.
and the Bills, I believe, gave up a fourth and a fifth.
Yes. The fourth was the no. They gave up a sixth and a fifth. So the
Okay.
sixth is this year, and the fifth is next year. So the Bills get the second round pick of next year. And then the Texans got Stephon Diggs, the sixth round pick this year, and a fifth round pick next year.
So, what do you think about who's the winner of this trade? Now we'll start there. Who's the winner of the trade?
Obviously, the Texans. Obviously, clearly the Texans. They got
Well,
a premier receiver. They don't have to give up a draft pick till next year for them. And they also receive two draft picks.
yep.
So, I mean, yeah, it's a second round pick. That's a big pick. But I mean, you getting you know, instant production this year. And we didn't even talk about what they did to his contract this year.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
his last 3 years, put his signing bonus on this year. So
Hmm.
next year he'll be a free agent.
Yep.
which in turns only helps the Texans because now you're gonna be on a 1 year prove it, and you're gonna want to play your best because next year you're gonna be a free agent. So
Yeah,
now they feed Stephon, you know. My only thing is what they about to do with Tank Dell and Nico Collins and John Mechie. You think they
they
trade them?
no.
All of them, but
Why? You can't have four good wide receivers.
uh not three other wide receivers that Nico was what? He probably got close to 100 catches last year.
Mm-hmm.
John Mechie probably got maybe 30 or 40. Tank Dell
Yeah.
ended up getting hurt. But how many catches you think Stephon Diggs is going to garner?
He gonna want 14 a game.
So we looking at 100 plus catches for the
Yeah.
season. How much you think is going to be left?
In today's league,
Mm-hmm.
they could probably get four a piece. If he get 10, if he get eight, let's get him eight. Cut that 14.
You talking
Give
about
him
one game or for the season?
eight a game.
Like
Eight eight attempts.
he gonna get more than 8 targets.
Okay, 12.
Okay, that sound about right. So 12
Okay.
targets
They get five
a piece.
each. Yeah.
That means CJ Stroud throwing the ball 30 times a game. That's just and that's just them.
Yeah. No tight ends, no running
No
back
Joe
out the back.
Mixon.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay. So
Look,
as
I
as
get your
as
point. I get
unrealistic as that sounds,
I get your
you would
point.
you would probably be better off trying to get some compensation before you have riff in your locker room
Yeah.
because you already know what that's gonna bring.
Oh,
Like,
drama.
yeah, I mean, and they young,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they
So
my
it's not gonna.
time. He's
It
30.
probably, yeah, it probably wouldn't be drama. It'll just be, it'll be just tension in the locker room you don't need, and it's just not gonna be towards Stephon. It's just gonna be towards like, you got me in this position to where I can't showcase my skills. You know, like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna get, because none of them are Stephon Diggs. So you already know
Right.
what that's going. He gonna get his. And Nico Collins is a good receiver, so he gonna
Yeah.
get his. So now you got Tank Dell probably gonna play the slot. He gonna get his. John Mechie just,
Floating out there.
I mean, that's your fourth receiver. Your fourth receiver ain't getting uh 5 to 6 targets a game
2 to 3.
at the most.
And they better catch him.
I mean, whether they don't or not, now you pushing John Mechie almost to playing special teams. Is that even
Yeah.
like? Is that his? Can he play special teams?
He might find out this season.
But as a coach, do
Right.
you want to find that out?
So what you think they should do? Offload one of them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because what are you losing?
What you think the Bills doing?
Believing in Josh Allen?
Okay. So what does that entail? You think they don't need they didn't need Stephon? This
No,
is this
this has been brewing for a little while now because
yeah,
they can't beat the Chiefs. They what's this, the third year in a row they don't lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs?
yeah,
This has been brewing for a little while. This tension, because he had to come out publicly recent, like a month or two ago, and say that he don't have no issues with nobody, or
right.
something to that effect. Like I don't, I want to be a Bill or whatever.
Hmm.
The fact that you got to say that,
It's the issue. Yeah,
come on, because if it wasn't an issue, you wouldn't be speaking on it.
right. So it's funny. It's not funny. It's weird. You know the Bills are gonna take a $31 million cap hit for Stephon Diggs, and they only got a second.
for
I
next
mean, they
year.
got a. I mean, yeah, they got a fourth and a sixth, fifth. You
They
were
only got a
saying
second.
for
They
next year.
gave up.
Okay,
They gave up a fifth
they
and a
gave up.
sixth.
They got a second in return,
Yes.
and they got to take a $31 million cap hit, and they're already cap strapped, which is why
Hmm.
they've offloaded like every talented being that marketable name besides Josh Allen and Von Miller that's on their
Hmm.
team, defense, offense, they have let them go.
Yeah, they lost both their safeties. They lost a lot of people.
Yeah. Is this like a rebuild or what are we doing?
No, they believed in Josh Allen.
What do they believe in? What do they believe in? In your mind, what do you think they what does that mean? They believe in
I'm
him. What
okay. Aaron Rodgers lost Devontae Adams.
mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes lost Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lamar
so
has never had a premier wide receiver.
Lamar also don't have a ring.
Why are we doing that? What does
I
one
was
thing
just
have to do with the other?
I thought we was comparing them to
The
Aaron
Steelers haven't
Rodgers.
won a the Steelers haven't won a playoff game since I didn't have gray hair. If we just naming shit, if we throwing stuff out
Since
there,
2010. You know,
if we
hey,
throwing stuff out there,
I thought you was comparing
that
him to Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes.
no, I'm saying,
Oh, but
what is the point?
because they feel like that Josh Allen can carry the team.
He can't.
Well, I mean, they'll find out this year.
What do you think? You think he can?
I think they'll still be competitors in their division.
Before he had Stephon, he wasn't a competitor.
He also wasn't this type of quarterback either at all.
So you think he's better than when he first was drafted?
Yes, that boy didn't even throw the ball his first 2 years. He was essentially Taysom Hill.
Okay.
Yeah, not at all.
So
He's way better than what he was when his first 2 3 years in the NFL.
you think they'll win their division?
I don't know. Now I ain't say all that. I said there'll be competitors in their division. I don't know. I honestly don't know, and it's only because their defense, and that was like their bread and butter. But I mean, Sean McDermott is a good coach though, so I feel like
Yeah.
he could try to put something together. I mean, it's like one of those things. It's like, once you get a stable coach and you get a stable organization, it's like if that, like they talk about y'all right now, y'all have lost a lot of players due to your salary cap, offensive linemen, couple of linebackers. But guess what? And when you got stability and you have a good head coach, nobody's going to look at you like you can't compete. You're gonna always be competitors.
I disagree with that sentiment. I'm gonna tell you why. Sometimes you get y'all are a prime example.
Hmm.
The only thing that kept y'all afloat was the fact that y'all had a stable organization. But imagine if you would have had talented people in the right position. Like imagine if you had last season a comparable quarterback that could use the pieces you already have established. Y'all were winning games strictly because y'all had a really good defense. The defense kept you in games. If you could stop a team from scoring 14 points, all you got to do is score 17, then that makes a difference. Like, y'all didn't have to blow teams out. You didn't have to score at will to win. Y'all were winning because y'all were defensively sound. On the opposite side, y'all offense was trash, but you didn't have a quarterback, right? So my point is, I get the whole stable organization part, right? Let's say, but I'm not a Josh Allen believer.
And I
I'm
think
biased. I'm
that's
biased.
the problem. And I think that's the issue with this,
I'm
with the
biased.
whole conversation. I think that's the issue. I think because you don't believe in Josh Allen, you
I
don't
don't.
look at you don't look at that team like they can still survive. But you also don't like Patrick Mahomes.
I do not.
But
But I think Patrick Mahomes is a good quarterback. I just don't
right.
like him because
So
he
think
keeps
about Patrick
winning.
Mahomes' receivers last year. Did he have a household name at receiver?
But I'm gonna tell you the difference.
Hmm.
No, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't have a household name, but he had a safety blanket, Travis Kelsey. He had a good defense, and he himself is a really good quarterback.
Hmm.
He has a skill set that even when you give him minimum things, he could carry a team. He reminds me of another player that even when you give him minimal options, he can carry a team. And I've seen him do it several times, right?
Okay.
Josh Allen, before he had Stephon Diggs, before he had a premier wide
You
receiver,
can't say that
why can't I?
because
It
he was
happened.
not,
It's
but
it's
he
it
was
was
not the
proven.
same. He was not the same type of player he was before he got Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
The man was throwing the ball maybe 12 times a game, maybe 18. He had the
Mhm.
same amount of attempts as Kenny Pickett was having.
So you think the Bills will be okay?
I think they'll be fine. I think they'll still be competitors in their division. They may
Okay.
not win the division, but they'll still compete in the division.
They'll win 10 to 11 games.
If that's competing in their division, I mean,
I
hell,
mean,
what was
that's
the
competing in the AFC right there. You got to win 10 games to be competitive.
in the AFC? Yes, but yes, that is true. But all you got to do is win your division.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
the Dolphins,
you okay?
the Patriots.
Yeah, well, I don't even know why you
I ain't
spoke
one.
to. I was about to
I
say I don't
just
even know
I
why
was
you
just
brought their name up.
I was just highlighting who's in their division. That's
Hmm.
it. And the
Okay,
Jets.
and the Jets. Now
That's all I was
The
doing.
Jets is going to be the sleeper team in their division.
Yeah, all I was doing was highlighting who was in their division. I I know where the Patriots are. All I'm saying is, I was just highlighting who they have to play in their division. That's it.
The Jets is going to be the sleeper team in that division.
Probably, more than likely.
No, they are. That defense going to be hell.
Yeah. And if Aaron Rodgers' leg, well, Achilles
Well,
is
we know he good because he was about to come back last year.
he wasn't coming back.
He
That's
wasn't,
propaganda.
but he was letting people know he good. He ain't gonna have
Yeah,
to sit out for OTAs or nothing.
he not. He'll be able to play. He'll be
Yeah.
ready.
And if he's any piece of anything, and he can give that team something, we already know they got Brees Hall.
Yeah.
That's a bad boy.
I think back to the Buffalo thing,
Hmm.
the fact that they were willing to take so much like a cap hit in that way makes me think it's a bigger issue. I
Yeah,
don't think they believe in Josh Allen in the fact that they're like, oh, he don't need a wide receiver one because
yeah,
every quarterback needs one that they can rely on.
I think it
But
was a bigger issue behind the
yeah,
closed doors, like the Russell Wilson situation.
yeah, it
Yeah,
got to be to take 31 million in dead cap money,
yeah, he wanted
and you
out.
got and you got your quarterback in his prime.
Right now, why they sent him to Houston, I have
I
no,
don't.
I don't know why they did that. But I mean, I'm sure you could have baited the Panthers into something or baited um, the Saints into something. Those any like somebody anybody else.
In the NFC.
Yeah. Why would you
Yeah,
send him to the AFC? And
I
that
don't
same
know.
team that just went to the playoffs the year before with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah,
Knowing
and a rookie coach.
they're not hurting for
Yeah,
money because they
nope.
quarterback on a rookie deal.
Yep. They got
Nah,
excess money, actually. They just gave it to him, though, but they got
maybe
money.
I should have been the GM.
What would you have done?
I mean, I would have fleeced them too, just like they did the Buffalo. I mean, I would have did the same thing.
Yeah, it had to be something bigger for them
Yeah,
to.
it
I just
was.
want. I hope it come out too, because I want it. Got to be to take 31 million.
It's not gonna come
I,
out. I think Stephon Diggs is a little bit more professional.
yeah,
Obviously he is because he would have been ranting and raving, while the whole situation was going on. You know, just like the whole Kenny Pickett situation ain't come out.
yeah, that's
But
true.
we know he was mad because he wasn't about to play
Yeah,
at all. You weren't about to start over Russell Wilson. No matter how bad people think Russell Wilson is now, that's still an upgrade from what quarterback play we had the past two
last year.
years. The past
That's
two
true.
years.
You right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and he wanted out.
Yeah. I mean, wanted
Well,
out, but you had no options.
Ravens fans really wanted Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I
They
would have
were
took Stephon Diggs too.
they were clamoring for him. They was, he went to Maryland. He went to the University of Maryland. They was hoping he would. We need a. We'll talk about team needs right now. Let's talk about what each team, each of our teams. You're a Steelers fan. I'm a Ravens fan. Um, we need a wide receiver.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if we need a wide receiver one though. Um,
Who's your wide receiver one now?
Zay. Zay is our wide receiver one. Bait is two.
You don't want a upgrade?
Um, I don't know if we need one. I don't know if we need one. So we did a mock draft, and I don't think I took a wide receiver. I don't think I even took a wide receiver, or I did
Mm,
like around 6 or 7.
6. Yeah, about
Yeah.
6.
So, but anyway, I don't think it's one of our needs, but I don't think it's a glaring need because we run the ball a lot and as a team. So you need wide receivers because you need wide receivers, but it's not, we don't need a wide receiver to be our focal point. We just need, Zay gonna have 1,000 yards. Bate could get 700, 800. You just need one other person that can get five. And that's like solid for what we're gonna do, considering you're gonna have 1,000 yard rusher. You're gonna
Probably
guarantee it.
probably 2.
Exactly, because Lamar be having like 800 yards himself.
Hmm.
So the running backs could get 800 to 1,000 yards. Um, so that's why when we did our picks, the Ravens are picking 30th, Pittsburgh's picking 20th, first round. Um, I didn't take a wide receiver till later because I don't think it's the biggest need for the team. Um, you took what's that? A guard,
A center.
a center. You took a center.
Hmm.
Is that a need? What is the Pittsburgh Steelers needs for
We
the
don't we
upcoming
don't
season?
have a center on the roster.
So that's a big need.
Yeah. So we
Okay.
need a center, a wide receiver, um, maybe, and then we need a center and a wide receiver, and maybe a tackle, maybe a safety or corner. But our biggest needs are center and wide receiver.
Yeah, because y'all got rid of my boy that I like.
I
Uh,
did too. That was my boy, Deontay.
yeah, yeah, Deontay sent Deontay
Yeah.
to no man's land.
Deontay, I know Deontay is not kicking himself just because I know the type of person that he perceives to be. I don't know the
Mhm.
man personally, but the type of person he projects, is head down work. That's the type of person he is. But somewhere in a closet by himself,
He punching the air.
oh man, just like Boys in the Hood,
He punching the air.
because his issue was is that he wasn't getting comparable quarterback play, and which
Right.
is rightfully so. You go from a Hall of Fame quarterback to Mitchell Trubisky and
Yep.
Kenny
A
Pickett.
rookie and a rookie.
Yeah, man, I get it, Deontay. But if you just would have just kept your mouth closed,
Been
just for
patient.
oh my, just keep your mouth closed for a little bit. You could have you could be having passes thrown to you by Russell Wilson and Justin Fields right now.
Yep.
But I hope all the best, because I like Deontay, I really do. So, but yeah, we got rid of Deontay. So our glaring needs is definitely center and wide receiver. So I took a center in the first,
Yeah.
swung back around and took a tackle in the second, and then I went wide receiver heavy next two
Hmm.
rounds. Johnny Wilson, he's a 6'6" wide receiver, ran a 4.5 in the combine. I think he'll be a good complement to George Pickens. And Jermaine Burton is just straight speed in Alabama. Ran a 4.3, sub 4.3, ran like a 4.29 or something in the combine. Just straight speed. Uh, Took a quarter. Um, Kalen King. He actually played with JPJ while they was at Penn State on the opposite side. Um, and Joe Milton, I took a quarterback from Tennessee. Um, I don't know if you know anything about him, but he's a
Oh,
monster.
I
The
do
quarterback
know.
with the dreads from
Yeah,
Tennessee.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
monster. Um, Patrick Morris, a safety out of Cal, and I took a defensive tackle. My last pick.
All right. I like how you ran through each person and you knew a little bit about each player. Um, because I don't know anything about this draft picks that I just made. I don't
You
know
need
nothing.
you need to do some research.
This is, yep. I'm gonna tell you how I picked, how I drafted, how I did my mock draft. I did my mock draft the same way the Ravens do their drafts. The Ravens, why are you making the face already? I ain't even explained.
Go ahead.
I, I ain't even got it off my chest yet. You
All
like
right, all right. Yeah.
the Ravens
What's
take best the what they might have a need.
what was your grandfather's name we met in the elevator?
Ozzie Newsome.
Okay, now you Ozzy.
I'm Ozzie,
Okay,
Wizard of Oz. The Ravens take best available players, even when they have a need. If you are the best available and they could do something with you, like they feel like they could they could get you to be, you know, where you need to be, they'll take you. So I drafted like the Ravens. I know our needs though. The Ravens need edge pressure, but today we signed Kyle Van Noy back. Kyle Van Noy is 30 plus, but he had 10 sacks last season. Came off the couch. He literally came off the couch. He ain't playing a game till week 4 and ended up with 10 sacks. He was one
so
of our sack leaders on the team.
so y'all still need edge pressure. Is what you're saying?
We still need edge pressure because
Okay,
Calvin Noy, I just said, is 30 plus years old. But
all right.
we got uh Odafe Owe. This will be his fourth year. Might be third. The boy that came from Michigan, that I can't think of his name because he's been hurt the last 2 seasons, but um he's a Nigerian kid too. I can't remember his name.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but we got probably like 4 or 5 edge rushers.
Hmm.
We need to have like 6 or 7 to, you know, choose from with rotations and whatnot. Um, David Ajabo is his name. Um, got David Ajabo, but he's been hurt the last 2 seasons. Um, but edge pressure, we need edge. We need offensive line because our right tackle, our right guard, and our left guard all left. Our starting right tackle, our starting right guard, starting left guard left.
Y'all traded one of them. They ain't just leave. Y'all got rid of one of them.
We traded one of them. We traded
Hmm.
the right, the left guard. We traded him to the Jets.
I thought it
Um,
was Morgan Moses.
did we trade Morgan or was it Morgan we traded?
Yeah, to the Jets.
Okay. Well, both of them went to the Jets, the left guard and right tackle. So Morgan was a tackle. So we needed a tackle. So the second pick I made was a tackle.
Hmm.
We got some second year, third year players that don't get to really play who could be tackles, but I still think they're going to go offensive line heavy in the draft.
Hmm.
From what I've heard, this is a good year for wide receivers. It's a good year for O line when it comes to drafting because there are a lot of players that came out. The third pick I made was a guard because I just said we need guards.
Okay.
Um, the fourth pick I made was edge because we need edge rushers. This is before Kyle Van Noy was picked. So had I have known that, I might have still went edge though.
Hmm.
Um, then I chose another guard because as a Ravens fan, I think the most important part of the team is making sure Lamar is okay. If Lamar stays upright, if Lamar can play all 17 games, I have faith that we will be successful. But Lamar must be protected at all costs, which is why I've chosen guard, O line heavy, because that's what we need to do. Then I took a wide receiver. Then I took a cornerback. Then I took a tight end. I took a tight end just because I don't think we really need a tight end, but he was the best available player at the pick that I was taking. So he could be a good special teams player. That's why I took him. No, I'm being serious. Like, so our needs really are both lines, defensive line, offensive line. Those are the needs. We're
Yeah.
good on the back end. We're good on the back end when it comes to the defense. I think we got a lot of corners that were hurt last year that'll get an opportunity to really step forward. Um, I love our safety room. I think they're good. Um, I'm good with the the current wide receivers. We only have 4, 5 on the roster, but honestly, we probably could use 2 more, but they won't get to play much because we're not running like 5 wides or you know what I'm saying? Like we don't run stuff like that requires that you have premier wide receivers. It would be great to have like a Stephon Diggs, but all that would do is take away from Zay or Bate. And I think that was like a part of OBJ being there. That was kind of like a hindrance to Bates' development, Rashad Bateman. Um, I think they're gonna ride with them two and see what they can cook up. I really believe that. I mean, we got Nelly Aguilar, but um, like I said, the most important thing: keep Lamar protected, build a fortress, hope hope the O line is strong. So that's the way. That's our needs. People keep saying we need a wide receiver, but we don't need one. That's like a want. They're gonna draft a wide receiver, but I guarantee you it'll be a late round, fourth and below. They're not
I
taking
think
a wide receiver
I think
in the
if
first three.
one of those wide receivers that if they fall to y'all, I think y'all would take them.
Oh yeah, like if Keon is
Coleman.
Coleman is at 30. But that's what I was just telling you. The Ravens always take the best available player, regardless of their need. But we really do need O linemen and really do need edge players. Like we really need this. So we'll see how they draft. I'm hoping they make a trade. You know who I hope they bring? I hope they give up some of them picks. I told you got too many.
Mm-hmm.
Get Justin Jefferson.
Y'all gonna have to sell the farm for Justin Jefferson.
Give it up. Sell it.
But you just said y'all don't need a premier receiver.
I know, but I want him.
Okay. That's like
I
a
want him.
contradiction to everything you was just preaching for the last 5 minutes.
Okay, I was just saying that because I don't think it's possible for us to get him.
Oh, okay.
But if we could, that would be
Like
great.
everything you was just preaching for the last 5 minutes, and then you say, I want the best receiver in the NFL.
All right, you know what? Nix Justin Jefferson then.
Okay.
Give me we don't need anything. Just draft the O-line. Let Lamar be great.
Won't y'all trade for Rashid Rice? You know his stock is low.
His stock has has plummeted. His stock is beyond low.
Y'all can trade for Rashid Rice and for a 7th round pick, or maybe even a 6th round pick.
We could get Rashid Rice right now for a pack of 9-laters and the last pick of the draft.
And give Andy Reid a cheeseburger.
Yep.
Because you know that man loves his cheeseburgers.
We can get Rashid Rice right now, pack of 9-laters, cheeseburger, and the last pick of the draft.
Okay. Probably.
What do you think was going through his mind?
That boy young. He young. He young with money.
He was driving a Lamborghini. It was a Lamborghini and a Corvette on the Dallas highways. Were racing each other. Lost control, caused a 6-car bang up. He then, along with his friends, vacated the Lamborghini and Corvette and started walking on the highway and left the vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
How did somebody figure out it was him, you ask? Because one of the cars is registered in his name.
Yep.
So
the Lamborghini.
The Lamborghini was registered in his name. So whenever the cops did what cops do and ran his plates, they were like, "Oh, this belongs to Rashid Rice." Was he the one driving?
Yeah.
So Rashid Rice was drafted last year by the Kansas City Chiefs. Didn't he catch the winning touchdown in the Super Bowl?
I'm not. I can't remember, but he had a really good year. He was on my fantasy team.
Yeah, he almost had 1,000 yards.
Really good year.
Yeah, he had like 950 yards.
Yeah.
So Rashid Rice and his buddies left their cars, expensive cars, on the highway and walked away. They were looking for him for a couple days before he decided to get a lawyer and
turn himself in.
At first, it seemed like he was going to say it wasn't him. There's been several videos that came out that clearly show him leaving the scene. And now we wait to see what happens. The NFL ain't gonna. Oh yeah, the NFL. Oh yeah, the NFL ain't gonna play with him. He's gonna be suspended. It's just at this point, it's just gonna be how long. All I'll say is, God must love him because nobody died. People got injured but nobody died on the highway, and
including
it could have,
himself.
including himself. Um, and it could have been really bad. It could have been
Yeah,
like
Henry
really,
Ruggs.
really bad. Yeah, it could have been really, really bad.
Yeah,
Um, there is some alleged uh, video out there saying they were hiding weapons. They took weapons out of the car when they left the vehicles, and that's part of the reason why he left the cars.
and all of this
Um,
is speculation.
this is all speculation. These are all. This is all
It's all
alleged.
rumors. These are all rumors. We're not
We're
reporting no
not
new
saying
news. We're not
we-
reporting that. These are
we're,
all just speculation.
this is all speculation. Is that that is the reason why he left the vehicles? Um, but he did. It's like bonehead. Like I hate when you get to where you want to be. You worked hard your whole life for something, and then you do
One
something.
one bad decision.
You do something idiotic. Like
See, but eh, see, the thing is, we've all done it. We've all been on the highway doing 100. There's
I try not to drive like that. I try to put my
We're talking
seatbelt on,
about
and
when we were young. I don't do that no more. I have kids, so
yeah,
I'm
you
definitely not
yeah.
about to be driving over the speed limit with my kids in the car.
Look at
But
that.
we've all been in our 20s. We've all been on the highway. Okay, all right. Well, I have. I'll be honest, and
I, I've been with you, and you'd got pulled over several times.
that's because never mind. But
I'm just saying,
that's because we were profiled.
we were profiled.
And they said I was following too close and there was no car in front of me.
There wasn't. It wasn't
Yeah.
anybody.
They were just looking to pull us over because they thought we might have been whatever. But anywho, we've all made bad decisions. But
Hmm.
when you get to that point and you're like in the Super Bowl, you just won the Super Bowl, like you're in the NFL, like your dreams are coming true. You got money, you buy a Lamborghini. Like some decisions you just don't do. Like if you want to have fun, like take that Lamborghini to a racetrack. Like there are
Hmm.
racetracks that you can go open it up and drive 100 miles an hour. Like you can do
Yeah.
that. Like don't risk the lives of innocent people on the highway just because you want to have fun for a minute. Like you got a lot right. Like you probably got people you supporting now, like family, because you making money now. Like we just got to make better decisions. Like, where are these people friends at? That yeah. Then you got your homeboy in the Corvette with you. I mean, driving alongside you, and both of y'all just racing on the open highway, and you got
Yeah.
millions. Like,
Yeah.
you ain't making $17 an hour.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm glad nothing happened to you. Nobody. I'm glad he's okay. Glad everybody else
Yeah.
is okay. We'll see what happens with the charges. I'm sure that's what NFL is waiting on to see what Dallas police is going to do, if they're going to implement any charges or anything. Um, and then they'll go from there with their suspension. Um, so I guess we'll see. But did you hear about Cam Sutton?
Yes. He too is. He been released from the Lions. They let him go. He got a domestic violence situation going on though.
Yeah, yeah, it was a felony. They
Yeah.
just dropped it down to a misdemeanor,
I don't. I
which
don't. I
which
don't.
which doesn't really mean much in the world of law.
I don't know what. I mean, football players are people too, so I get it. They're gonna
Right.
do
And make bad
human stuff.
decisions. Yes.
They're gonna do human stuff.
Their stuff just gonna
Um,
be highlighted just because they're in the NFL. Right.
yeah. The thing that blows my mind, Um, we're just like working class citizens, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we're out here just trying to make sound decisions. You thinking about coming home to your boys, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about coming home to my family at the end of the day. So I just want to make sound decisions. Um, what be going through their mind? Like you're a high profile person. Everybody's gonna know when it happens.
Yeah.
Like the whole leaving a Lamborghini on in the middle of I-45, like abusing your significant other,
Allegedly.
allegedly, I apologize.
Allegedly.
allegedly, allegedly abusing your significant other.
Hmm.
Like I just, I when you got millions at stake, I just got thousands. I'm a thousandaire, and I don't want to lose like my
Right.
life and liberty. Like
Yeah. Or
you
your
got
lifestyle.
millions,
Yeah.
right? You got millions that you and like you said, other people relying on you. Now you got potential charges for alleged activities on both ends. It's just it don't make sense to me. I don't I don't get it, man. I really don't. I
I
don't
mean,
get it.
everybody makes bad decisions. We all make bad
Yeah,
decisions here and there. But yeah, I mean, that's just one of them things. It's just, it sucks when you look at it and you like, man, like, it could be somebody else in that position and you just throwing it away like that. Like, that's what sucks. Like, nobody looking at my shoes like, man, I wish I was, going to work where you work at. And, you know, like,
right.
nobody's looking
Yeah,
at me and saying that, like, but everybody's looking at, somebody who's in the limelight or somebody who's like an NFL player or whatever. The majority of people may say, man, I wish I could be, in that person's shoes driving a Lamborghini or something. And you just tripping. Like I don't think that the situation could have been better if he would have stayed at the scene. I'm sure it would have not been as bad as it is now, with the other allegations that's coming out now, or the Cam Sutton situation. The NFL is probably going to be real slow to move on that. They're going to wait
hmm
for everything to come out because they don't want a Ray Rice part two. Um,
right,
they don't want to, you know, say okay, and then a video come out.
right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
um, man, it's just unfortunate. So, I mean, we'll just see how it play out with both of these
yeah,
situations.
yeah. Because the NFL, we all know they're gonna protect their brand
Oh,
first
most
and foremost.
definitely. Most
So
definitely.
if that means you suspended for 7 to 17 games, they don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
You just you don't stop that show, and that's the thing about that's what I don't get. It's like nobody's above it. Nobody's
Mm-mm.
above it. So why are you taking these risky gambles? Like why are you
Yeah.
playing?
Right.
So
The only league you might get away with that in is like the NBA
yeah,
because the players run the league.
the NFL the players don't run nothing.
And the
So
players, yeah, no, that's owners. You,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So to all our young followers out there, we got, some of the kids from craft that we've been mentoring for, you know, years. When y'all make it to where y'all trying to go and you all you thinking about is taking care of your family, representing Greensboro in the right way, please keep a level head and keep smart people around you.
right. And
Don't give people
we ain't saying
yeah,
don't have fun, but
right.
be smart about what you're doing. Like, just think about how's this situation, what I'm about to do, how's this going to affect me if things go wrong.
Yeah. So keep good people around you. Keep people around you that will check you, that'll say, hey man, it's time for us to go. Like if you out too late, it's time. Don't nothing good happen at 3 a.m. It's time for us to go. Ain't nothing good gonna happen when you racing expensive cars on a busy highway midday. It's time for us to stop. Like, you need to keep good people around you, not people that will just okay everything that you say. Like that's why I love my friends to death. This part of my rant. I ain't gonna even hit the siren, but this part of my rant. That's why I love my friends to death, because they gonna call me on my BS. They gonna make sure that I stay level, and I can call them on their BS. Like, if you wrong, you wrong. When you right, you right. But you gotta have good people in your life. So that's my message to the folks.
In another episode of Professional Couch Coaches. Please make sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell one time for the culture. Peace.
Peace.